Hello again everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today something a little bit different from the Hot Wheels content. I thought I'd go through a few of my collection of police vehicles from various manufacturers. Cars, vans, trucks, SUVs, bit of everything, various countries, various different manufacturers. So just to see what's out there. It's just not all about Hot Wheels, remember, there's plenty of other brands out there doing some great stuff. So first of all, we'll start off with I'm not a massively well-known brand, but certainly do some good stuff, and they are reasonably well available in the UK, and that's Eiracar. And this particular one is a Volkswagen Caddy Maxi, and it's done in Hong Kong police livery. So as you can see, a very nicely detailed model. Great representation of a police livery there, with the blue and yellow checkerboards, the fleet numbers, and such like. Not a vehicle certainly the UK police don't use very often, VW Caddies, but clearly this one from Hong Kong. So very nice having the collection. So these Eiracar are very nicely detailed, to be fair, and they do come in all sorts of different liveries and types and whatever. This next one is Mercedes Vito, and this is from the UK, and this is in the livery of the Greater Manchester Police. And once again, we know our police vehicles very well, obviously, and this is a very decent representation of what a police vehicle in the UK would look like, with the liveries, the blue and yellow checkerboard, the red and yellow V stripes on the back, the police on the front there, so you know what's behind you. A nice blue light bar that we certainly would see in the UK, but once again a lovely cracking vehicle there. A really nice livery, well done, well detailed, and I believe this one does have an opening rear, does it? Sure it does, yeah. Yeah, you could pull up the opening rear, and there is actually something inside there. I believe it's a canine sort of truck, so I think it's there's a little duck in there. But yeah, once again, well detailed and a nice representation of a particular vehicle. Another one from Eiracar, and this one is an Audi A6, and this one is in the livery of the Northern Irish Police. Once again, very similar to the other two liveries, with the yellow and blue checkerboard livery on the side. Extremely well detailed. License plate there at the back. Fleet number on the top. I don't know if there's actually, say there is a number plate on there. I don't know if it's actually a particular vehicle, but certainly there is one there. Next up, we change countries. Still with Eiracar, but we go over to the Far East, and this one is a Honda Vezel in Japanese livery. Now I'm not really sure what Honda Vezel is. Possibly I don't know actually. Does it? It's too big. Looks too different. It's not a note, is it? But once again, these Japanese liveries, they do crop up a lot. from various manufacturers. Do always seem to have that same sort of style, the black and white, black on the bottom, white on the top of the vehicle. But yeah, that's quite a nice little model there, and that's a Japanese police Honda Vezel. And finally, from Europcar, we have another Audi A6, the same casting as the Northern Irish one, and this one is Taiwan police livery. Once again, very well done, detailed liveries, detailed light bar on the top there, and very nice vehicle. It does have opening front doors at least, and there's a reasonably detailed interior as well. A bit dark in there, but it has got a reasonably detailed interior. So yeah, that's Europcar. Well worth checking out. They don't just do police cars, they do other types of vehicles as well. So yeah, they're definitely worth checking out if you haven't got them before. I think Modelmatic in the UK certainly sells Europcar. That's where I got these from, so you might well, if you want to check them out, go over there and have a look. So there is some good stuff that Europcar make. Next up is Tiny. Once again, some people may not have heard of Tiny. Once again, they are, I think I did get these from Modelmatic, so they are available in the UK if you look for them, and I think they are available at other places. This is a Land Cruiser, or as known in, I think they call it a Prado, the Toyota Prado Land Cruiser. This is in the livery of Hong Kong Police. Once again, lovely detail, accurate liveries, accurate light bars. Certainly well worth checking, especially if you like vehicles in police liveries or different colour schemes and whatever. They certainly stand out in a nice display. But yeah, very detailed and decent. So that's Tiny. Next one from Tiny is this one is also a Land Cruiser, and this is Hong Kong Airport Police livery. So very similar to the sort of livery we'd see in the UK. Same casting as the previous vehicle. Obviously it's different livery, but light bar's the same. So yeah, that's another Toyota Land Cruiser, Hong Kong Airport Police livery. Now we stay in Hong Kong. This is a Toyota Prius in Hong Kong livery, police livery. It's remarkable how similar a lot of the police liveries are, with that sort of white with the yellow and blue checker pattern, the red and yellow stripes on the back. Once again, nicely detailed model, authentic livery. Certainly one it's well worth having in the collection. And finally, from Tiny, we're back to the UK and something completely different, and that is the BMW i3 in Metropolitan Police livery. That's the police force in London. Very recognisable livery from the UK's point of view. I don't think I've ever seen a BMW i3 as a police car, but clearly the Metropolitan Police do have them. I think this vehicle does actually come in quite a few different liveries. and many of them are UK based, so for any UK based collectors it's a nice little addition. So that's Tiny. So well worth getting, well worth looking at. They do have some cracking models in some nice liveries, really stand out in a display. Next up we go to a Japanese manufacturer that most people know about, and that's Tomica. These are start off with a few from the Tomica basic range, Tomy. This is a Nissan Leaf, first generation Nissan Leaf in Japanese police livery. Once again, that familiar black and white livery that everybody knows so well. As you can see on the top, this is a Tomica event model. That doesn't take away from the overall look of the car, because I'm sure most people are well aware of Tomica and their basic range. There's some lovely stuff. A little bit let down with the wheels, but you know, overall a nice little brand to collect. Do some different cars that you don't really find modelled by any other manufacturers. So that's the Nissan Leaf. Another one in Japanese police livery, which, to be fair, most of the Tomica stuff is in Japanese liveries. Obviously, they're a Japanese brand aimed at Japanese collectors. This is a Skyline R34, once again in Japanese livery. The usual Tomica wheels there, those plain wheels with the white, with the silver surround. Once again, familiar livery to everybody who's ever seen any police stuff in Japan. You wouldn't fancy being chased by one of these down the road, I wouldn't have thought. So that's Skyline, R34 Skyline. And the last one from Tomica is a Toyota, once again in Japanese livery, and this is a Toyota Crown. It looks a bit more detailed with the number on the top and obviously those Japanese characters, possibly the region that they come from or the prefecture that they come from. But yeah, so that's a nice older model there, the Toyota Crown. And of course, if you're talking about Tomica, I suppose you have to look at Tomica Limited Vintage. Their premium line, and of course very premium, absolutely beautifully detailed models. This is a Honda NSX, once again in Japanese police livery. Now I'm just taking it as read because it's a Tomica that they have actually had Honda NSXs as police cars in Japan. So that's I bet there's a fight by the police guys to get into that one for your patrol car all night. But yeah, lovely vehicle, lovely model, as usual, well up to the high standards of Tomica Limited Vintage. Next up into Europe, and we go to Norev. Once again, Norev makes some absolutely fantastic models at 1/64, like 3-inch range. They for the money, I'd go as far as to say they're certainly one of the best for value for money. You can pick these up for £5-6, and the detail on them is terrific. This is a Peugeot 5008. in French Police National livery. Once again, a really nicely done model. Accurate wheels, nice livery. Certainly Norev. I enjoy collecting Norevs. Sadly, this is the only police vehicle I've got of Norev. They do other liveries in various vehicles, but this is the only one I've managed to get hold of so far. But yeah, it's to me it's well worth getting. So there's Norev and a Peugeot 5008. When most people think of police vehicles in 1/64th scale, I'm guessing a lot of people think of, first off, of Greenlight and their range of American vehicles. And of course, they do a lot of police vehicles of all descriptions. And this one is something different. This is a International Durastar 440 in the iconic livery of the NYPD, New York Police Department. I mean, I'm guessing this is used as a towaway vehicle or something of that description, but lovely model, well detailed as usual with Greenlight. Okay, sometimes they may have quality control issues, but as long as you get a decent one, they are very well detailed with authentic liveries. It's well worth collecting, especially something a little bit different like that. Not many people would try to model. So it's nice to get something different in the collection. So that's the International Durastar 4400. Next up, and once again something a little bit different from the normal cars. And this is a Chevrolet step van, 2019 step van, in the livery of the Georgia State Patrol Mobile Command Post. So I guess this goes out to incidents, and they can, I guess there's all sorts of equipment in the back that they can use to basically use this as the main go-to place for the command structure. But once again, lovely vehicle to have in the collection, something different, something that really stands out on display, and something different from all the usual cars. So once again, with Greenlight, typically they are accurate liveries. As long as you get a good one, they are well worth having. So this is the Chevrolet step van, 2019 step van, and it's in Georgia State Patrol livery. So if you're talking about American police and American police vehicles, I guess it doesn't get much more iconic than that. Good old Ford Crown Victoria. This particular one is a 2003 version and in NYPD livery. As seen in many films and TV series over the years. If anybody asks you to imagine an American police vehicle, that's probably what you're going to come up with. They do countless Crown Vics, Greenlight either in the hobby exclusive range. But obviously more often than not, it's in the Hot Pursuit range, which I believe now is up to about series 48. So there's a lot to choose from, a lot of Crown Vics in there. But who doesn't love a Crown Vic? Especially in the iconic NYPD livery. So we stay with the NYPD and a little bit more up to date and not controversial as such, but there we go. And that of course is a Ford Mustang Mach-E. Once again in NYPD livery. Very up to date modern vehicle. I've got obviously a full electric vehicle. Controversial using the Mustang name, but very nicely done in the NYPD, the more modern NYPD livery. So it's nice to see vehicles of this ilk being modelled. However controversial they are, they're still out there on the road, so they still need to be modelled. So yep, that's a Ford Mustang Mach-E from 2022 in New York. Police livery, NYPD livery. Now of course it's not just modern vehicles that Greenlight do in their police vehicles range. And this is a 1953 Studebaker Commander Coupe in Indiana State Police livery. Very different to the liveries we have these days. Basically just a light on the top, horns, or are they maybe spotlights, and then a very simple Indiana State Police crest on the side. But just shows you can get all sorts of vehicles, all sorts of eras in from Greenlight, and they really do a cracking range of stuff. So that's a Studebaker Commander Coupe from 1953 in Indiana State Police livery. Move on about 20 years and you get an AMC Matador. This is from 1972, AMC Matador, and this is in US Air Force Police livery. Very of the 70s with that big light bar on the top with the big revolving flashing lights. Once again, very plain livery, but lovely. Them wheels are fantastic. They're dog dish wheels. Looking all of 1972. Lovely plain vehicle, but beautifully done. Next up, and we're up to 1983, and this is a Dodge Diplomat from 1983. This is not so much a police car, but this is white New York City EMS livery, emergency service vehicle. Once again, quite plain, still quite plain, not anything like modern vehicles with different colours and logos on them. Very simple. Once again, then poverty spec wheels, as you see a lot on police vehicles, but it's a Dodge Diplomat 1983 in NYC EMS livery. Into the 1990s now, and once again a New York liveried vehicle, NYPD. This is a 1990 Chevy Caprice in that blue NYPD livery. Once again, still quite plain, but very recognisable. It's the 1990 Chevy Caprice. And of course it wouldn't be America without some nice big SUVs. And this is a 2022 Chevy Tahoe police pursuit vehicle. in the livery of the City of Orlando Police. Anybody from the UK that's been on a holiday in Florida will have probably seen one of these floating around. Once again, very detailed. Push bar at the front there. Slimmed down light bar, not much to see on top. But once again, very detailed livery. Just how they look in Orlando. And from Chevy to Ford. And this is a 2020 Ford Interceptor Utility in the cream and black livery of the Tennessee State Troopers. Something a little bit different from just the whites and the blues and the blacks. Nice livery that, once again well done. Push bar at the front. You can't really beat green light for the police vehicles, I don't think. So as long as the quality control on them is good, then they take a lot of beating. So that's a 2020 Interceptor Utility from Ford in the Tennessee State Trooper livery. And of course you've got to end on a big truck. A Dodge Ram 1500 from 2017. And this is in the livery of the Milford Police Department. Honestly, I don't know where Milford is. I'm sure somebody knows. But it's been serving since 1943 apparently. So. Once again, a nice representation of a big American truck in a police livery. Quite basic, but good nonetheless. And last but not least, something completely different. And this is a 1/72 scale version of a Nissan Cube in Japanese police livery. And this is made by a company called Epoch. As you can see in the background there, they do a few other colours of the Cube, but great to get it in police livery. I'm not sure how good it'd be in a chase, but I'm sure it's got its uses. But as an owner of a Nissan Cube myself, I couldn't resist ending on that one. So there you go. There's a bit of a rundown of a few of the police liveried vehicles I have in my collection. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope it's inspired you to go and have a look at a few police vehicles yourself, because they always stand out from the crowd when they're on display. Something a little bit different, something a little bit more colourful to look at. So there you go. So if you enjoyed the video, leave a comment, maybe a like, and maybe even subscribe. I've got plenty more videos to come in the near future. So hope you have a great day, and keep out the way of those police cars.